Oh, gee. Hey, Dion. How you doing? Oh, I didn't even see you there. Sorry. You must be here to talk about the readings. Well, it just so happens that I've written out some notes for you, so I'm going to go ahead and read them. So I just wanted to talk a little bit about Chapter 9 of Original Instructions, Indigenous Teachings for a Sustainable Future. Chapter 9 is actually called An Okanagan Worldview of Society, and it's written by Jeannette Armstrong. The focus of this chapter is basically our relationship with each other and ultimately how our relationships impact the land. The main point that she's trying to make with this is that the consequences of our actions impact the land, and we have a responsibility to restore our traditional ways of knowing in order to ensure the best treatment for the land. So she makes a couple of good points in this article, and one of them is that she explains she wants to bring education forward, but first she reduces our need for the land to its most basic sense, food, shelter, and clothing, but also talks about love and community and the importance of that. She explains that in our society, as it stands, we have some of us having everything and then some of us have nothing. So she makes a couple of good points here. It says, everyone should have access. This is more of an Indigenous way of knowing. And she also decides to look back at traditional decision-making processes in her culture. And she says that the minority voice is often the most important, meaning that they'll often be the ones expressing things that aren't looked after. So this was a way of knowing where everyone had a voice, and it's one of the core concepts of Indigenous cultures, which is also inclusivity of everyone. One thing I would critique in this article is basically one of her final points that she shares, and it's what she says that makes a lot of sense to her. It's something that her father said, and it's his word for insanity. She says that it means too many people are talking about different things rather than too many people, like everybody's talking about the same thing. While I understand her point, she seems to make an inference that insanity is going on in the world now because of what's missing in terms of our humanity with each other. So I can't express enough how disturbing it is to see another academic or academic writers in general dehumanize the mentally ill. As someone who suffers from mental illness due to trauma, I feel this stigmatizes communities and individuals that are already suffering from the devastating effects of colonialism. It's kind of ironic that she wants to humanize by dehumanizing the mentally ill. It shows a blatant disregard and insensitivity on the part of Armstrong in an otherwise interesting article. That's about all I have to say about this specific article, Dion.